They would not, in short, publish it, as a favor to me. I conveyed my gratitude, perhaps a shade too sharply, borrowed money from a friend, and myself and my lover took the boat to France. I had never thought of myself as an essayist. The idea had never entered my mind. Even, or perhaps especially now, I find it hard to recreate the journey. It has something to do, certainly, with what I was trying to discover, and also trying to avoid. If I was trying to discover myself, on the whole, when examined, a somewhat dubious notion, since I was also trying to avoid myself, there was certainly, between that self and me, the accumulated rock of ages. This rock scarred the hand, and all tools broke against it. Yet there was a me, somewhere. I could feel it, stirring within and against captivity. The hope of salvation, identity, depended on whether or not one would be able to decipher and describe the rock. One song cries, "Lead me to the rock that is higher than I," and another cries, "Hide me in the rock," and yet another proclaims, "I got a home in that rock," or, "I ran to the rock to hide my face, the rock cried out, 'No hiding place.'" The accumulated rock of ages deciphered itself as a part of my inheritance, a part, mind you, not the totality. But in order to claim my birthright, of which my inheritance was but a shadow, it was necessary to challenge and claim the rock. Otherwise, the rock claimed me. Or to put it another way, my inheritance was particular, specifically limited and limiting. My birthright was vast, connecting me to all that lives and to everyone forever. But one cannot claim the birthright without accepting the inheritance. Therefore, when I began seriously to write, when I knew I was committed, that this would be my life, I had to try to describe that particular condition which is, the living proof of my inheritance. And at the same time, with that very same description, I had to claim my birthright. I am what time, circumstance, history have made of me, certainly, but I am also much more than that. So are we all. The conundrum of color is the inheritance of every American, be he, she legally or actually black or white. It is a fearful inheritance, for which untold multitudes long ago sold their birthright. Multitudes are doing so until today. This horror has so welded past and present that it is virtually impossible, and certainly meaningless, to speak of it as occurring, as it were, in time. It can be, and it has been, suicidal to attempt to speak of this to a multitude which, assuming it knows that time exists, believes that time can be outwitted. Something like this, anyway, has something to do with my beginnings. I was trying to locate myself within a specific inheritance, and to use that inheritance, precisely, to claim the birthright from which that inheritance had so brutally and specifically excluded me. It is not pleasant to be forced to recognize, more than 30 years later, that neither this dynamic nor this necessity have changed. There have been superficial changes, with results at best ambiguous and, at worst, disastrous. Morally, there has been no change at all, and a moral change is the only real one. Plus ça change, groaned the exasperated French, who should certainly know. Plus c'est la même chose. The more it changes, the more it remains the same. At least they have the style to be truthful about it. The only real change vividly discernible in this present, unspeakably dangerous chaos is a panic-stricken apprehension on the part of those who have maligned and subjugated others for so long that the tables have been turned. Not once have the civilized been able to honor, recognize, or describe the savage. He is, practically speaking, the source of their wealth, his continued subjugation the key to their power and glory. This is absolutely and unanswerably true in South Africa, to name but one section of Africa, and as to how things fare for black men and women, here, the black has become, economically, all but expendable, and is, therefore, encouraged to join the army, or, a notion espoused, I believe, by Daniel Moynihan and Nathan Glazer, to become a postman, to make himself useful.